hope traders and investors alike ended green today. It was a really nice day. Uh, didn't really seem like it in pre-market. Seemed kind of blah. Wasn't sure if we were going to get a nice trend, if we were going to get a choppy day. Turned out we got some really nice trends. We had some nice catalysts. We had the FOMC minutes release at 2. We had several names that we had news drop on us that were provided opportunities. So let's start with the SPY. This trend line here was posted in the Discord at 6:30 a.m. to give the members plenty of time to get it on their screens. You can see we pushed up, took the trend line out, formed a little flag here, pushed up off of that trend line. This candle right here lets you know it's time to lock in your profits to get ready for the next opportunity, and it came immediately. We went into a downtrend. Tested this trend line, chopped around. We were coming into the 2 o'clock minutes release. So a lot of times when we have these minutes being released, we just chop around until the news actually drops. The closer we get to it, initial push, snatch back, and then we grind it up. Didn't really see anything that was released that the market shouldn't have been already expecting. So let's talk about some of the names that had news come in on it. Valvoline had takeover news come in. This immediately went into a volume pop and a halt. Provided a short opportunity when it come out of the halt. So we were able to open up puts on this, ride this down. It's been looking to take profits there on the 20, even though it did break back below again. There was a nice trade from there to there. ENOB had some very sketchy news come in about a murder case. This is one of those deals you really don't like to make money on news like this, but it did provide the opportunity. A member was able to take advantage of it. Had this initial pullback here, gapped back up, come back down to pretty much fill the gap, very close. Didn't quite fill it though, as I see. We had Luminar provided a couple trades today. The LAZR. The director of the Apple car left Apple, went to work for Luminar. This grinded up all day on that news. HPQ. This Buffett released a stake on this one, or released that he had upped his stake. This provided some opportunities. Dick's had a earnings release this morning. And we actually, because they pulled back at market open, or pull back in pre-market. So at market open, we were honestly expecting it to pull back like a lot of these other stores have done. But instead, Dick's continued to push. AMD provided some trades today. So we have a fib level here. We pushed into it at open. These candles let you know it was no trade. We're not looking to take any trades in the first 5 minutes. The second candle never really took out the first candle properly. Pulled back, chopped around underneath this fib level here. I actually took a trade on the open of this candle right here for a put play to the downside. We trended back up into this fib level. This was the meeting or the minutes release right there, and you can see pretty much the same action the SPY give us. Snap was really strong at open. We had this one up at open. This provided some opportunities. You can see the initial push very strong. You don't want to buy here. You're way too extended from your 9. Wait for the flag. Flagged right back in perfectly. That right there was your entry. Nice run up. All these setups and entries are called in the Discord. Apple had a textbook play. These levels have been drawn for quite some time. You can see we took out what was resistance at open, pushed into the next resistance level, pulled back, So we went from resistance right back down to support. These levels have been called for a couple months, so members know what these levels are. We bounced off from this support level, pushed right back up. We took the resistance level out, and we went into a downtrend just like the rest of the market did. ExxonMobil, for the third day this week in a row, new highs. Energy, crude, or energy names are just on fire. But this is interesting for tomorrow. You can see we pushed up into this area here, finished at this area here. So tomorrow at open, how are we going to act? How are we going to treat that level? Are we going to see a rejection from it, or are we going to push through it? So we could easily see a rejection that could provide a short opportunity, a put opportunity. SOFI had a strong day. Nice push, a lot like the snap push, got extended here, pulled back, could have been looking for this area for an entry. Below this level here, I personally wouldn't have took it. This would have made a nice entry right here, flagged in, this candle opened up, ripped. Some of the opportunities that presented themselves in after hours, NVIDIA had earnings, just like the rest of the semis. Good earnings, got destroyed on it. They guided down. Just supply chain issues, everything going on in China. There's just so much going on with the supply chain issues. It's hurting a lot of these really, these are some of the stronger stocks, and it's really putting a hurting on them. Splunk had a better than expected earnings. I haven't really looked into it to see how good of an earnings it was, but it was better than expected. It provided a trade scalping after hours. It pushed right into a fib level, seeing rejection. We'll be watching this tomorrow. And WSM, I think this was an earnings play too, but I'm going to be perfectly honest, I am not sure. This made a nice move after hours. Just like the rest of them, it pushed up and snatched back. So we'll be watching those three tomorrow morning. And of course, we'll be looking for other catalysts. The SPY will always be on the radar. I hope everybody has a good night. I hope everybody's getting some sleep, getting ready for another day of eventful trading in the market tomorrow. Have a good night.